What's going on, guys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we got a 250k squad builder. So if you want to get elite this weekend league, you haven't got that much of a big budget, but you know you can push to elite, this would be a good 250k team that could help you get elite. I want this team to work in good gameplay, and good and bad gameplay. The problem is that with a 250k team, yes, you can buy someone like Neymar. It costs like 200k now, maybe even less, but when you buy Neymar, you have to build a 50k squad around it. Now, is it worth it at this stage of the game? Probably not. Maybe 2 weeks ago I would have said yes, get Neymar and build around him. But now, because every single position has a team and a season player, you can't do that anymore. You can't get away with it. So I've got a team that's good, balanced. We also got Ter Stegen in there because in my opinion he's the best goalkeeper in the game. But without further ado, let's go straight into the video. If you do like this video, do subscribe. We're having more squad builders coming up. And if you do have recommendations for any other squad builders, do let me know. I do have some. I have one on my channel for 1 million, 1.5 million, 2 million, 3 million, I think 500k as well. But without further ado, let's go straight into it. Now, the first person we're going to get is Rossi. No matter what anyone tells you, he is probably one of the best players in the game for his price. Now, the fact that he's 40k is a bit of a joke. If you think about his stats, he's 4-star, high, low. And the fact that he's got 99 agility and balance and amazing finishing and has outside of foot shot trait. A perfect striker for his price. Even if you need a super sub and you want someone who's small like him, 5'7", that can actually dribble, he's actually a fantastic super sub for 40k as well. It's a bit of a joke how cheap he is, but definitely he goes in the team. He is going in striker. So even if you want him as a super sub in your main team, go ahead and get him. Now the key thing is, in order to get Ter Stegen in the team, there has to be some, I suppose you can say some changes or some compromises. Now, the most important thing when you're building a cheap team is you want a good goalkeeper, a good striker, a good cam, and a somewhat decent CDM. You can get away with a left back and a right back, and you can get away with a left attacker mid, a right attacker mid, because they're not going to shoot too much and not going to defend too much. So you can get away with those players. So the next player we're going to get is really a good CDM, a good one that can do everything. And we're going to add to Westar. Now he's a very good card as well, fits in very well in the structure as well. He's got MLS as well. Another very good card, medium, 5'11" as well. Don't forget he's got all the stats you need, but you do need to put a shadow on him. With Rossi, by the way, I would recommend putting an engine on him or a maestro. An engine, so I'm a sniper or a maestro or a marksman. I think marksman is really good, but I'll probably put a sniper on him just to get that composure up. But if you want to get that finishing and shot power up, I would recommend a marksman. But yes, for add to Westar, definitely put a shadow on him because he hasn't really got the sprint speed. It's still very good, but you want to get it to the high 90s because if your opponent's got a cam like Neymar and he's running past you, you want to be able to track back with your CDM. So definitely go with add to Westar. The work rates are not too much issue. You put him on stay back while attacking. So now, how do we link them together? So we need another player, someone else that can play a cam and that can also play a wing role. So if you want to play a 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2, we've gone with Lodero. Now Lodero, you guys may not know who he is. I think it's Nicolas. I think this is the one. Another very good card. I mean, again, 5'7", 4-star, outside of foot shot trait. Another very good player. Now I'll probably play him in a cam. In a 4-1-2-1-2, maybe centre mid or cam or striker. And in a 4-4-2, probably even striker. Again, I think you have to put a hunter on him just to get the finishing up a bit more. I think he's more of a cam type player in all honesty. But definitely put a hunter on him to get his pace up. But I think he's works really well. But I'll be honest, we're going to play him in the wing, on the wing for this formation. So yes, definitely buy him with a hunter. Don't forget, don't buy these players separately, buy them with a hunter. Now, the next player we're going to get is Morales. Now, Morales, not the La Liga one, before you probably thinking that Morales, that's too expensive. That's unfortunately our entire budget. Now, I'll be honest, the truth is I wanted to get Ben Yedder in his team. Ben Yedder cost 100k. I think it's Maxi Morales. Yeah, I think that's the correct one. I wanted to get Ben Yedder in his team, but he's too expensive. 150k even for his second in form is too expensive. So we have this card. Now, I think at 5'2", he's a perfect card for a cam. Now why? Imagine this. You got someone who's high work rates in the 4-2-3-1 just behind your striker. So when you lose the ball, he will track back. When you win the ball, he'll be attacking equally as well. 4-star. And he has, well, it's kind of debatable on his stats. Some people will say he's too slow. I'll probably still put a hunter on him in that cam role. But the most important thing, he's got those defensive stats. He's got that stand tackling. So when you do lose the ball, you can actually attempt to tackle the ball off your opponent. And he's got some decent interceptions and defensive awareness. But he's also got that 98 aggression and stamina. So you can go back and forward so many times. So I think he's an exceptional card just behind the striker. A 5'2". Can you imagine how agile he's going to be? How quickly he's going to be able to move? A fantastic card for that price range. Now, this is where it gets a bit skewed up now. Now, you want a right wing. Now, I'll be honest. This is where the compromises come in. One right wing we've gone with Morales, the other one we've gone with Dembele. Now Dembele isn't the best of players, I know, but to keep this team under budget we had to use him. He's still a very good card with a sniper, but I wouldn't really recommend him at this stage of FIFA. What I would suggest is if you're watching this video, the chances are you do have a substitute on your bench. You probably have picked someone in your red picks, maybe you got someone like Depay, maybe you even got some player like Visca who's really, really good. What I'd recommend for you to do is just sub Dembele off at 45 minutes. So use him for 45 minutes, then sub him off. He's still a very, very good card, 5-star. But if you I'm pretty sure most of you guys have got a substitute like a one-to-watch player, or not one-to-watch, sorry, a team season player or team season so far. Just someone like someone like Visca on for him and he'll be very, very good. And that comes in with De Jong. Now De Jong, I think, is a perfect combination with Westar, because the reason why is De Jong is medium high. So you've got the good combination of him being medium high, so he's going to be more defensive, and you've got the medium. So the positioning is actually going to be quite well. Probably put them both stay back while attacking the 4-2-3-1. But I think with a shadow, it's another very, very good card. He isn't the best at this stage of FIFA, but he can still get the job done. If I was to make a cheap team, I would still have De Jong in my team. I still think he's very, very good. I think he's exceptional. This guy carried me to elite in the 50k team. And I used him. The only reason why I got rid of him is with the 30k teams I couldn't afford him because he was like 5k when at that time. But yeah, this is such a really, really good card. And that gold card is amazing. The inform one-to-watch one is just a bit better. Now going over to left back. Now we've gone Moreira. Now this is something that people always ask me. You're playing a player of chemistry. Is it important? It's not. Let me tell you something from someone who's studied this game a lot. The player being off chemistry is not that important unless there is another player that can play in their position and compete. I think it is. I don't know which Moreira it is. I need to double check this actually. So the key thing is when you're trying to find a player, the most important thing, I think it's Jorge Moreira, isn't it? I think it's this one here. Yes, it is. So when you're trying to buy a player, you need to remember in the back of your head, okay, there's going to be some players that are going to be better and some players that are going to be worse. The key thing is you want to find a player that's better than him on full chemistry. So let me give you an example of what I mean. So let's just let me give you an example, right? So Moreira, right? This is his card. He'll be playing on 7 chemistry. So we're going to give him the 7 chemistry, and we're going to, this is on Footbin, by the way, we're going to put him on a Sentinel. So we're going to play him on 7 chemistry. This is what his stats will be like in game. Don't forget, base stats are always better than someone who's got lower stats with a chemistry boost. Let's say you compare him. So let's say we want someone who costs the same region around 30k. Let's just, for example, take Renato Sanchez. He's a very, very good card. I recommend him to every single person in League 1. He's gone up a little bit. So Renato Sanchez, in order to compete with him, he needs a shadow. Now, a shadow of Renato Sanchez. At this point, Moreira is still better than Renato Sanchez. So playing him out of position, off chemistry on 7 chemistry. Look, if you put, for example, a 7 chemistry, because he's going to be playing 7 chemistry, and then you put a Sentinel on him, like so, you need the pace to be the same, so you need to put a shadow on Renato Sanchez. And the defensive stats, okay, he maybe wins a bit on here, but the most important stats, he wins by far. So it is no point playing someone like a better left back out of chemistry. It's honestly pointless. So that is why we've gone Moreira there. And then to link with him, we've gone with a very good centre back, and that is Robinson. A very, very good player. Kind of Robinson rides with a top goalkeeper, but Robinson, I think it is Miles Robinson is his name. A very, very good card. That is the wrong one. Definitely not that card. Actually not, hasn't even got that bad stats actually, that card, but no, it's definitely this card. It's the one, this one. A very, very good card nonetheless. A very good agility and balance. I think it's a Guardian where he gets to defending and dribbling. Exceptionally good card. One of the best centre backs in a game, again, for price performance. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. The first way is you can use someone like, I think his name is Hamid. I think that's how you say his name. We'll get on to how we get to Stegen in a second, okay? The first one is using Hamid. I think it's Bill Hamid, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It is. So he's also a very good goalkeeper. He's 6'3" and he's very, very good. He'll give the full chemistry to Robinson. Now this is the knock-on effect, or the knock-on effect, opportunity cost, should I say. 6'3", he's a very good goalkeeper, but ter Stegen is the best goalkeeper in the game. Just to give some of you an example, I don't play this game that much, maybe you're just a very casual player. Ter Stegen, on a gold card, ter Stegen is still better than Oblak, team of the season. He's still better than most cards because of the save with feet trait, rushes out of goal, comes out for crosses, and also he just has his own animations. He is the best goalkeeper in the game. So in my opinion, so I want to build up the rest of the items. So we have Jordi Alba here. So Jordi Alba won't be, you buy Jordi Alba with a shadow. He won't be playing centre back, he'll actually be playing left back. And we're going to put Semedo in right back. And he'll be playing, Semedo's still one of the best right backs in the game, period. You can catch up to legit most team of the season players. He's honestly one of the best cards in the game. You can play him in centre back or right back. Now here, this is the thing. Jordi Alba still gets 7 chemistry, I'll get onto that in a second. But it's better off putting ter Stegen here and having Robertson on 8 chemistry, because Robertson is really, really good. So how do you get the chemistry? Well, I'll show you. So first of all, you want a goalkeeper like ter Stegen. As you can see, you'll get 10 chemistry. You then want a manager, so Pep Guardiola. That way he gives all the Spanish players like Jordi Alba, who's off chemistry, you'll give him the boost. And then you want someone like the MLS player like Rossi. You want these guys like Morales and Moreira to get chemistry. So that is why we're going with the MLS manager. And that is pretty much it. That is the team. If you do have, I'll be honest, price-wise is just 300k. If you really are on a budget, you can, of course, get regular De Jong, and it does take it down 250k. But that's 250k team. It'll probably go down even further, to be honest. A very, very good team. If you're going to play a 4-2-3-1, I'll run you through it very, very quickly. Rossi striker, Westar and De Jong both on stay back while attacking. Dembele can sub someone on from, as I said, if you really don't want him. And I'll be honest, as I said, I'll probably put him in striker 5. I mean, Cam 5'2", really, really good team. But I would put Alba on the left-hand side because he's left-footed, and I'll put Robinson and Moreira in centre-back. You can put Semedo in centre-back because you'll be on full chemistry, but at this point, I'd rather just use Moreira. He's 5'11", and he's got better stats. So that is how you'd actually play it in game. A very, very good card and a very good team. 4-2-2 and 4-4-2. It's kind of debatable how you do it. The same thing, like this, put it out like that. You can, of course, sub Dembele off. If you have another winger instead, you can probably put Lodero in striker, probably get away with that. That's one that you can do, but that's how I play it in a 4-4-2. If you're going to play a 4-1-2-1-2 second variation, this is where it gets a bit debatable. If you're going to play my 4-1-2-1-2 second variation, I'll show you in a second. I probably do it just like this, I think, or maybe like this. That's how I play in a 4-1-2-1-2 second variation. If you're going to play my 4-1-2-1-2 second variation, you do that. But for most other people's 4-1-2-1 second variation, that's the way I'll do it. Anyway, guys, that is the 250k team. It is a very, very good team, as I said. Again, the most important thing is the players. And the reason why you're probably asking, oh, why did I go with players like Jordi Alba? Is because Jordi Alba is still a very good card. I used him for a very long time. All you need to do is you put him on a shadow. On 7 chemistry, it doesn't matter. He's a left back. As I said, you can get away with poor left backs and right backs as long as they have pace. And he's got 96 sprint speed on 7 chemistry. So that obviously negates your opponent's team of season players. Semedo is obviously a very, very good card. One of the best cards in the game. Staying one of the best goalkeepers in the game. So ideally you have, already 3-4 backline really, really solid. Alba is the only suspect, as you can say. But I used Alba for over 500 games. Just to give you an insight, I can show you proof actually. I do have Alba in my team. He's actually very, very good. I can show you this right now if I go over to transfer market. And I go over to, I think, transfer list. I think, where is he? He's right at the end. I played him over 500 games and he got the job done. The only reason why I got rid of him is because I couldn't fit him in anymore. But as you can see, over 500 games. So he is a very, very good team. By the way, that Eusebio card, absolute fraud. Don't get him at this stage of FIFA anymore. But anyway, that is, as I said, the 4-3-3. Third variation, that is the 250k team. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you do have any other suggestions, do let me know down below about any price ranges. I do have other videos regarding this and I have other tutorials on my channel. Feel free to subscribe if you do like this content. If you do have any suggestions, do let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching, boys. Take it easy and I'll catch you on twitch.tv/NealGuides where I stream my weekend leagues tonight. Peace out, boys.